for joining us today on Playing the Field. I'm Maria Serrao. Welcome to my house. Now, this is our very first show back since, I guess it was probably March when we did our spring training show, and then everybody's been sidelined by the coronavirus. But not to worry, sports are on their way back. We've got lots of guests on the show today that are going to talk about IndyCar, football, baseball, you name it, we're going to talk about it. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I am now joined by my very first co-host ever on television, Mr. Jerry Robinson. I cannot believe it. I love it. Thank you so much for being here today.
Maria, I am just as excited, probably even more excited than you are, because it's been so long. And like you said, we were co-hosts of a sports show in Palos Verdes. And and it was an experience for me. You know, it was exciting. And thank God you were there, because, you know, you were the anchor of the whole thing, because, you know me, I was just talking. You know, I wasn't, let me put it this way. I was prepared, but you were more prepared. You know, you were like so anyway.
Well, no, I have to tell everybody the story too, because you were a guest. We were doing a show called NFL on Cox, and it was back when we had no football teams in Los Angeles. So we were told, go out, you know, contact all the teams and do little stories, whatever. So I found out that you lived down the street from the studio. Of course, a lot of your former players did as well. They lived in the South Bay. And so you jumped on and you were a guest. And at the end of the interview, I said, you know, thanks so much for being here. And you were like, well, is that it? And I said, well, you want to come back next week? And you were like, yeah, I want to come back next week. And we had just started going live. So every week we had you and we just had a blast.
It was a lot of fun. You know, it really was. That was a great experience for me. And I have to say this to the people. You got to understand, I'm so proud of you. Because you continue to do what your dream was about, and you're just kicking butt with it. I mean, I go on social media. You're either at the Dodgers or the Angels or the Los Angeles Rams, but it's still hard for me to say Los Angeles Chargers. But anyway, you're all over the spot, and you know what? I'm really glad that you're doing what you enjoy doing, because you do a great job, and it just makes me feel good to say to people, say, you know what? So see that pretty young lady right there with the blonde hair? That's right. We were co-hosts of a TV sports show. So anyway, it's cool to see you do it.
I think we're gonna like bring that back, because you know, I mean, you know, we had a good thing going there, Jerry.
We did, and you know, what's interesting now is, you know, during this current situation that we're all in, everybody's on the internet, on Zoom or squad cast, whatever. There's a bunch of different ways, but yeah, so now you don't really have to be in a studio, and that's why listen, I just got this headset here, so I hope it sounds okay. You know, because I got this from my podcast, people doing good podcasts, and we're just trying to be right, just trying to do right. Right.
Now, Jerry, you know what? I learned so much from you, because we were so comfortable together, and I would say, so I would ask you questions about playing football all the time, and it was just, I mean, it was great. I tell people stories. They're just like, you asked him that? And I'd be like, I asked Jerry everything. I asked him everything.
You know what?
Your helmet?
You know what? Yeah, exactly. You know what? And that's what was so good about it, because we were it was a natural thing. But like I said, I'm so glad that you were there, because, you know, it's like that quarterback. He's got to make those auto balls, Omaha, whatever it may be. And you were the one that was able to do it and pull everything back together. But the most important thing one thing that I remember the most about the show that we were doing was the fun that we had. It was a lot of fun, and it was a learning experience for me. And like I said, I see you've taken it to a whole nother level.
Well, you picked it right up. Now, Jerry, there's so many things to talk about. I kind of want to talk about, you're in Northern California right now.
Yes.
This is where you live. And you, of course, after the Eagles, went to the Raiders. And you have really been a part of the Raider family forever. And I know that you're a big alum. I mean, I remember seeing pictures of you on the internet the last couple of years. There it is. You were at every game. You were with the fans. And You do the autograph signing
Yeah,
time. I mean, Jerry, they keep you busy. Tell
they
us a
they do.
little bit about that.
Well, I've been pretty active, real busy with the
You
Raiders
have,
here.
yeah.
Here since they've been when they're in Oakland, and it's we have a real strong Raider Alumni Association, and what we do during game days, we get together and there's different events and things that we can do, and one of them is that one I really enjoy doing. I enjoy doing all of them, you
Sure.
guys, all of them. So,
Oh,
but the one that's exciting is really exciting is when we go around to visit the suite holders, the luxury suite holders,
right.
and it's just fun walking in there and telling them thank you and appreciate them supporting our team. You get to, you get to hug people, you get to shake people's hands, it's like kiss babies and stuff like you're running for political office. No, but it's better than that. But then the thing of it is, when we're in those rooms, there's like 7 of us in a suite at a time, and there's a whole bunch of guys doing different suites. When you hear stories about people talking about how they became Raider fans when they were kids, or you hear about
Right.
a husband and wife say, we got engaged at a Raider game and da 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 da. I'm like, wow, and my dog is named Raider. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of stuff. So the impact that the Raiders have had on a lot of people like myself, is great to
Right.
hear those stories.
Now, Jerry,
Yeah. Yes.
the Rams, since they've been back to Los Angeles, this is kind of interesting, and you could relate to this. So 2 years, not even 2 years ago, the Rams go to the Super Bowl, and Sean McVay is a new young head coach, much like John Gruden. Love him, love Sean McVay, and they get to the Super Bowl. They don't quite make it. They lose to the Patriots, but last year, the 49ers got better and the Rams missed the playoffs. So what have they done this year? They have cleaned house. Todd Gurley's gone. Brandon Cooks is gone. The list goes on and on and on. They have decided they are going to basically not start over, because you've still got, Aaron Donald and Jared Goff, and, you've got really good young players like John Johnson and Cooper Kupp, but they are starting over in a new stadium. How much pressure is that?
That's a lot of pressure. When you have your coach, your head coach, and your general manager, you got to be like this. You got to be believing the same thing. And the situation
Same
with
philosophy.
the Rams, same philosophy, and it's just like the Rams, the Raiders with Coach Gruden and Mike Mayock. Okay, the reason they work together like a hand in glove. Okay,
absolutely.
And they have a plan.
Right.
Coach McVay, they had a plan. Okay, and a lot of times, the public and even athletes, you're not privy to what their plan is.
Nope.
Okay, and sometimes especially when the changes start to take place, fans and the public and even people in sports, they can't believe this and believe that. But as long as John McVay, and the general manager,
that's right, Les
are on the same page, like John Gruden and Mike Mayock, that's it. You know what? And it's just, honestly, let me talk about the Rams. When I was so happy when the Rams came back to LA, because that's where they belong. That's where they belong.
Home for them.
That's home for them, and I was so excited. And then the incredible year they had with going on the run to the Super Bowl, it was awesome. I was happy for the fans, especially in LA, because as you know, Los Angeles fans, we've seen a lot of different teams come and go.
They were left in the dark.
We were there too at one time.
Yeah, exactly.
It was also Los Angeles Chargers at one time. So people have come and they've gone, but the Rams are back home where they are. And I just, you know what? The fans in Southern California and LA, they deserve to have their team back. And I'm wishing them all the luck, best in the world.
That's right. I think so far, of course, the biggest move has been Tom Brady.
I love that.
And you know what? That was like, huh?
Well, you know what, Maria? When you talk about Tom Brady, it just exploded all across it was global effect, okay?
Global.
And I told people when they asked me about, wow, what do you think about Brady leaving New England? I said, well, from my understanding at the time was, if in the beginning of the season when they tell you, okay, we're not going to negotiate your contract during the season, and we're not going to give you another contract in the end. So he's playing knowing that, okay,
You kind of
They don't want him there. They don't want him there. That would be my feelings, and your feelings are for hurt. And you know what? I take my hat off to Brady for going through the things that he went through. And you know what? I'm like, Tom Brady has made several sacrifices as far as his contract was concerned. I mean, you win six Super Bowls and go to 9, and you're never in the top 10 in highest paid salaries for quarterbacks. Yeah, the money thing. And so he had an opportunity, you know, at the end of this season, the past season, to become a total free agent. Okay, he went out and tested the market. Tom Brady, go get your money, bro. I guess I'm looking at it like this: Gronk felt that, wow, okay, Tommy's in Tampa Bay.
Let's go play.
Let's go. I love Tommy. Maybe I don't want to go back to that regime or the way things are being run in New England. So it was. You know what, Marie? I look at it like this: whatever it was for Gronkowski, whatever it was, it made him come out of retirement.
Exactly.
He was been on TV. I think he got involved in some wrestling or something like that. He was some 24/7 champion or some stuff, jumping off a turn, but something.
I don't think he was ready to leave football when he did.
No, but the reason he came back was because of Tom Brady.
That's right? It. I mean, Jerry, they're not all good on TV like you are. I just got to say.
I'll stop it. Yeah. Oh, that's my girl. You're sweet. You're still the same person.
It's just the truth. Now, listen, Jerry, we have got to do this again because we need to talk about the Chargers. We need to talk about other stuff that's going on in the NFL. So please, 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 you need to come back. We're going to make this a regular thing.
Well, you know what? Now that we've reconnected, all you got to do is just hit a brother up. Just hit a brother up with the email, and we're ready to go. We will, because you know I enjoy this. Is a lot of fun, and you know what? And God bless everybody. And please, people, please be safe. And that will do it for today's show. Thank you so much for being with us today. And hey, remember, if you want to watch Playing the Field like anytime, you can do that 24/7 at playingthefieldtv.com. I'm Maria Serrao. Please stay healthy, wash your hands, and we'll see you next time.